excited tonight. Woo-wee. Y'all, we got some legends up in the house tonight. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy, folks in the Sports Hall of Fame, folks that's in the NFL, in the WNBA, all kinds of it. I really don't need this microphone. I know, Coach, you want me to stay behind this over here, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see y'all in this place, to come out and support Girls Inc. of Columbus and Phoenix Russell. My name is Danita Gibson Lloyd, and I am proud to serve as the CEO of this organization.
So the people streaming can hear you.
Okay, all right, do I need to clip it on?
That's all your song.
All right, so I am excited to be here as the CEO of this organization that has been here for 75 years.
Wow.
I don't know how many of you all recognize that if you once upon a time went to Girls Club, anybody in the house went to Girls Club? I can't be the only one that was at Girls Club 40, 50 years ago. If you were at Girls Club, that means you are Girls Inc. So you are part of the family. So let me go ahead and put in my plug now. If you went to Girls Club or to Girls Inc., I need you to email to me an 8x10 headshot to go on our wall of fame, ma'am. Why? Because when the babies that we serve in this community, last year we served 487. We are currently serving 847. When they walk into our centers and they look up on the wall, they need to see themselves by seeing you. They need to see themselves by seeing you. Representation matters. And they need to see their aunties and grandmas and nieces and cousins on the wall. So ladies, if you are a Girls Inc. alum or Girls Club alum, or somebody in your family is, do not hesitate to email to me at alumni, ALUMNAE, at girlsinc-columbus.org, your 8x10 headshot. So, tonight we are here about a championship mindset. We're striving to build champions in every facet of their lives because we touch them, mind, body, soul, spirit, in the work that we do. In fact, our mission is to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. And the vision part of that is an equitable society. And that's why you men folk around here matter. Y'all understand that? Because in order for us to have equity in society, the men and the boys must see women and girls as equals and partners. Now we know we got a ways to go in terms of fulfilling that vision, but the full thing is to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold in an equitable society. So men folk, thank y'all for locking arms and lifting with us to help us fulfill our mission and our vision. I'm excited tonight because I found out a little nugget when I was back in my office talking to the legendary one that was gonna come and speak to y'all this evening, but I found out that she's a part of the Girls Inc. family because she grew up in Girls Club. So she's family too. Y'all, I'm claiming them. Y'all hear me? I am claiming them because did y'all know that Chili of TLC is a Girls Inc. blood? She's from Columbus, Georgia too. Did y'all know that? Some of y'all didn't know that? She's from Girls Inc. BTW, when we used to have a facility over there, she is from Columbus, Georgia. Atia Inc. Boggs, whose mama's in the house, Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer for Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, and what's that other fella? I can't even think. There's so many of them, but just one. How many Grammys? Not one, not two, but three. Y'all, a product of Girls Inc. of Columbus and Phoenix Russell, whose grandmama used to teach sewing and cooking classes right here. So y'all, I'm excited about me. Can y'all tell I'm excited? I'm excited about being here, excited to see all of you lovely and handsome faces, excited to see our Girls Inc. babies back there who are doing the thing. Y'all realize we got our own travel ball team. Now I give them a hard time but he's got a passion and a heart for Girls Inc. Go on away to me, Coach Wood. Come on away. He's got so many good ideas, so many great ideas. I just need him to tell me about them sometimes. So I just know, I'm like, okay, Coach, let's go, let's go. And then we can't leave out. We got Coach Payne back there. Wave to me now. All right. That's right, that's right. Where's Coach Hobbs? I know I saw him in his other half, his rib. There we go. Now wait a minute now. Another coach. Don't be coming up. Don't. Right here. Coaching staff, everybody. And then the mamas and the daddies on the team. If you are affiliated with Girls Inc. Sports, I see another coach over here. Y'all, it takes money to run these programs. I'm gonna sit down, Coach, I promise. But we have to raise from scratch every single year a $2+ million budget. Y'all hear me? $2 million. And that's not automatic money that comes in. So we look for our donors. We look for our partners. We look for corporations and families and alum to sew back into Girls Inc. so we can continue to do the things that we have done for the past 74 years in our 75th year and beyond. So please, I encourage you to lock arms and live with us as we continue to positively impact this community. Well, I guess now I might as well turn it over so we can bless the food at this occasion, because it smells pretty good from where oh wait, come on, Coach, what you got for me? What you got? Come on down. Yes, sir.
All right, so listen, we have a silent auction going on over there at that table. We have some pictures, autographed pictures of Miss Bridgette Gordon. Y'all, again, her accolades are outstanding. You just need to go over there. She's a Hall of Famer. She played in the WNBA. She won the first 2 national titles with Pat Summitt as her head coach. She's went on to, like I said, win a gold medal, and she's in the Hall of Fame now. She's the head coach at FAMU. Those pictures gonna be worth something in a little bit. So all y'all FAMU rattlers here, y'all been doing all that bragging about y'all FAMU rattlers.
Okay.
We want y'all to start it off. That's silent auction. We also have a bag signed, autograph bag from the University of Alabama, the University of Alabama, signed by assistant head coach Chester Nichols. Chester, raise your hand, sir. Over there on the table as well. And we have an autographed t-shirt by our WNBA superstar, Miss Michaela Timpson. It's over there for auction as well. All the proceeds will go to what this lady's doing. She's out in these streets, shaking trees, digging ditches and trying to find money. So we need you guys, if you can, go over there after we get started with eating, after we bless the food and whatever. Make sure y'all compete. I want to see who's gonna win this stuff. I want to see how many people gonna donate to us. All right?
Amen.
So bless the food.
I'm glad he fixed that, because he said she's out in these streets. I'm like, oh Lord, don't say it like that now. But we out here in these streets trying to raise every single dollar, dime, nickel, quarter, penny we can raise on behalf of Girls Inc. Now I have the pleasure of having a most beautiful, anointed young lady to come forth and to bless the food and this occasion. Y'all give it up for Miss Deborah Taylor. That's you.
That's me? Oh, thank you. Let's bow our heads, please. Lord Jesus, we are just so grateful for everything that you continue to do in our lives. As we look around this room, Lord Jesus, we can see the blessing that you continue to pour out to each and every one of us. Father, we're so grateful for the food that's been prepared for the nourishment of our bodies. Please bless the hands that prepared it. And please, Lord Jesus, please keep us covered in everything that we do. These kids need covering, Lord Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
Each and every one of us has a role. You've blessed us with them, and Lord Jesus, please let us continue to take care of them while we're here. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. So what we're going to do, I know y'all are ready to eat, and so what we're going to do is release the tables. And so we're going to have the first row go. Is that right, Coach? Am I? All right. Starting with the head table here. Well, it's really not. The first row is the head table. How about that? Well, let's go ahead and go through. Meanwhile, while y'all are taking pictures, while y'all are eating, some folks can come over here and start taking pictures. Amen. Okay, I'm being summoned. Okay, here we come. Hashtag Girls Inc. Columbus.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Or visit us at MikeHostelowLawFirm.com. Hostelow. Car wreck. Car wreck? Hostelow.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
dining this evening.
Oh, man. I gotta get a nap in these
I don't want to take away from the
I don't know what it
program,
is.
but I
The
would be
fans,
remiss tonight
my nose goes.
if I did not also give some acknowledgments for some other staff members that are here with me. So busy as a bee running around here snapping pictures. I have my marketing and outreach director, Miss Enrica DePaz,
Bridgette, she's famous here. Yep.
So if she comes up and snap a picture now, y'all smile pretty for us so we can put you on our Facebook, Instagram, or our LinkedIn pages. And by the way, if you have not yet started following us
Mike
on
says
Facebook,
he's
Instagram,
next
or
year.
LinkedIn, please
I
do
could probably
so.
get a couple.
We need
I could
every
probably get a
single
couple big names
follow,
to come.
share, and comment that
I
we
know
can
I
get.
can get the
I also want to
depending on their
acknowledge
schedule.
someone who came in a short while
If
ago.
it's way in
Y'all
advance, I
realize
can probably get the,
where we are this evening? We're at Girls Inc. But specifically, we are
I talked to her
in
today.
the house that this man helped to build. And in so doing, we have named it the Walter McKee Senior Gymnasium. There he is, at the end of the line. Y'all wave. There you go, Coach Walter McKee, our former sports director for many, many years here at Girls Inc. I also would be remiss if I did not thank. For me, it's important to acknowledge and to thank those who have come before me that have made it possible for me to do the job that I'm doing now. So I am very blessed to have in the audience today one of our former board presidents, Ms. Susan Berry.
She's good.
I know wherever she goes somewhere now, if I see her, I'm gonna call her out because I recognize the work that a strong board does, because it's not just me out in these streets trying to raise money for Girls Inc. It's board members as well. In addition, one of my current board members is here, Miss Annie Kirkland. She's one of our officers that helps to keep us straight as our official executive secretary of the board. And also, former staff member. Y'all have heard me already talk about her daughter, but the Valerie Boggs is in the house as well. She is here, and for many years was on staff. There's so many of our Girls Inc. babies that she helped to raise. Am I missing anybody else that was a former board member, former staff member? Just know that I recognize you and the hard work that you put in over the years that have helped us keep our doors open for 74 years, and I do not take that lightly. In fact, as Dean Calvin Smyre always says, that if you see a turtle sitting on a fence, you know it did not get there by itself. And so today, this turtle right here that's sitting on this fence, I'm here because of the work of the Susan Berrys and the Valerie Boggs and Coach McKees and my current staff and my teammates. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to enjoy. And by the way, there's nothing like a little hot sauce to go with that chicken. So for those of you who are still in line, if you need a little hot sauce for your chicken, that yard bird, let me know, because I had to go back to my office to get the chicken best friend, the Louisiana, not Crystals, not Red Bull, but the Louisiana hot sauce. So if you need some, wave your hand in the air, and I'll bring it right over like I just don't care. Y'all continue to enjoy, and we're going to continue on with our program. And by the way, Coach Woods has told me once again to remind you all about this silent auction. Now, y'all, you may not know the value of it right now, but one of these days, it's valuable now. But think about the value that's going to increase. We've got items for the silent auction that you want to bid on, because those dollars will help us to fund the mission here at Girls Inc. of Columbus and Phoenix Russell. So don't be shy. Those of you who have already finished your chicken, feel free to go on over there and put your bid in. And who knows, you might have the winning number. Oh, y'all. Oh, even though she's from Columbus High School, I got to call out the Loretta Cobb. Yes. I think she set records over there at Columbus High School. They still haven't broken yet, have they? Oh, she went to, she's a Spencerian? Well, who went to Spencer? Wait a minute, she went to Spencer? You did too? Now wait a minute, but I know y'all went to Spencer and Columbus High and all that other good stuff, but we got some Hardaway Hawks in the room. Woo, Hardaway! Hardaway, what? Hardaway, woo! All right, is Kendrick in the house? Kendrick in the house tonight? That's all right, we got Olivia Cochran up there on the wall. She representing for Kendrick. All right, let's give it up for the school on the hill. Isn't that what they call Carver? The Carver High School. Yes. Well, who else? Anybody from across the water, Central High School in the house? Okay, I see y'all. Who else? Okay, Carver, Hardaway, Spencer, Jordan. Not Jordan, but Jordan. Any Jordanians? Okay. Jordan's in the house. Northside. Do we have the coach from Northside's here tonight? Coach's baby girl is in the house. Coach from Northside. Okay, she over there working hard. Coach got a daughter working tonight, baby. She's working. What other schools are here tonight? Who? Oh, I said, oh, yes. Now, let me say something to y'all. Let me put my plug in for Girls Inc. You high schoolers that are here, or even middle schoolers, Girls Inc. serves girls from ages 5 to 18. Every single year, we give out tens of thousands of dollars of scholarships. We just awarded at our SSB luncheon $35,000 in scholarships. But the only way you can get the money is if you're a Girls Inc. member. As a high schooler, you don't have to come every day. You can come in. Y'all know y'all got to do community service anyway. Y'all required to do community service in high school. Why not do your community service at Girls Inc.? Become an official Girls Inc. member. Get help with scholarship applications, FAFSA, all of those things, and then be able to compete for the $35,000 to $45,000 worth of scholarships that we give out anyway, because we gonna give out the money, and you might as well get some. So if you're not yet a Girls Inc. girl, I encourage you to become one, so that Girls Inc. can be a part of your life, because it is truly, as Coach is gonna talk about, there's something about the sisterhood. And there is a sisterhood. There's so many women that I run into, and they tell me they were with Girls Club or Girls Inc., and they've got so many fond memories of their days at Girls Inc. They've got so many fond memories of going camping and doing tetherball and double dutch and all kinds of great stuff. So I just encourage you guys to please, please, please join if you have not. So here we go. I think y'all about through that line. We're gonna get the party started with the rest of it. I am going to bring up, y'all know his voice. He is legendary. He has done so much for sports and youth in this community. Y'all know him from his days with Sports Vision and all the things. So y'all give it up for none other than the DJ Jones to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good evening. It's a good-looking crowd here. It's a wonderful occasion. Got some legends in the room. Got some kinfolks in the room. Coach Mahone, a member of the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. Yeah. Also Loretta Cobb, a member of the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. Any our featured speaker? As Danita said, I'm DJ Jones, and I'm with the Sports Vision's morning show. I do a morning show, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every weekday morning on 92.1. That's Sports Vision's 92.1. We're the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama and West Central Georgia, talking about your kids, your programs, your schools. All right? And we're live, and we talk sports, of course, but we have a lot of interesting guests on, and I challenge you to join me. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., and that's why I'm here to hit it and quit it. We're gonna get in and out of here. Don't worry about it. You got your meal for today. But we're gonna have a dynamite program, but we're not gonna keep you long. But I did want to let you know that special occasion. It's a special occasion. Give all of the folks here, of course, with no approval. Give them a round of applause. Mike, where are you, Mike? Come here, Mike. No, you stay. I come to you. Check. Come on. Give us a quick assessment of no approval.
It's just something my son, my baby boy, decided he wanted to do a while. Kimmy Young Woods, he always had a vision of doing different things. So we came up with this clothing line called No Approval. And we extended it out to all kinds of different things. So No Approval, we're going to host shows, host events, and things like that. but it's really our clothing line and things that we get started off with.
Give Mike another hand. Thank you. Without further ado, I tell you what, again, I made mention that we have a lot of legends in the room, and I tell you what, we are very pleased and proud and privileged to have not only an Olympic gold medalist, a two-time national champion. She's the head coach of FAMU, Florida A&M University. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Miss Bridgette Gordon.
They told me to be brief, and I don't know if I can be brief for Chester, but I think I can. I just want to appreciate everybody for having this opportunity to come out and speak. And before I leave this panel, you're going to understand that I got some passion and I have heart, and that's why I do what I do, right? And for the first thing, he might not have told you, I'm a woman of God. Okay? Because without God, all the things that he just listed, all those lists of greatness that you just heard, it wouldn't be possible. And it also starts with a sisterhood. It started with a sisterhood once I got to Tennessee. But to all my young people out there, you're looking at a young lady that was a product of a single parent home. Single parent home. So what I did was, all the people that said what I couldn't do, I showed them what I could do. I showed them what I could do. And what that mean was, ladies and gentlemen, you see the diamonds sparkling. I put my cap on so you can see that. But what you didn't see is that I showed up before practice and I was there after practice. And I was there in between practice. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So when he wasn't looking or when she wasn't looking, I was still working. Right? So success doesn't happen. You don't just pick up the basketball and become a champion. You got to dream it, you got to eat it, you got to sleep it, you got to work it, and you got to do it all over again. It is not a one-hit wonder. It just doesn't happen like that. We wish it does, and it could. And it took a village. And I got to go back and say, I'm so thankful. I won at every level that I played at. Every level. From bitty basketball, the high school. Chester can tell you about, they was more excited to watch the girls basketball than the boys. When I was coming up, they played the boys and then the girls played after the boys because the crowd was coming to see the ladies play. But one thing that I can tell you that I have not allowed success to get to my head. I'm still humble. I'm still grateful. And the same rules that I live by, I apply them now to the system that I'm at Florida A&M. Because when I'm recruiting you ladies, guess what? It ain't about can you put the ball in the basket. It's about your character. You better have a GPA first of all. Your attitude. When the coach take you out, are you rolling your eyes? No, and I'm going to take it a little bit further. I'm talking to your mom because the way you talk to her, you think you're going to talk to me, but no, ma'am. It's not going to happen at my house. I don't play the note. Because I live by three things: respect, discipline, and gratefulness. Because we all know we living in a time, ooh-wee. Some of us thinking, do we want to keep the window up or roll it down because the gas too high, right? Or we going to take a, ooh, you tell the truth. It just is what it is. So what I've done, like I said, so blessed. My career has taken me places that I never knew that I could go. As a little girl, the biggest honor that I thought I could achieve was being an Olympian. Not a gold medalist, but just being an Olympian. I did not know about female basketball professional. And to be honest, I didn't care. I was a softball player. Still is. But softball couldn't give me a scholarship to further my education. And I wanted to be the first of my native Jamaican father children to receive a degree. So I had goals. I set goals. It wasn't easy. I cried many nights as a little girl because I forgot to tell you that part. I hate losing more than I love winning. Let me rewind that for you again. I hate losing more than I love winning. Winning don't do nothing for me, but when we lose, boy, look at him. Everybody about to run. And my mama knew that. Not bad sportsmanship. I just went home and cried. Because I knew I could be better. And if you look around the room, we all can be better at giving something for a cause that means so much. I'm at a program and I was just talking to my rattlers. They know where they at. Because, boy, when I ain't winning, they be like, ooh, coach, you should have ran this play. Why you ain't do this or why you ain't do that? But I can tell people is that, okay, I can handle that. I forgot to tell you, my name Coach Pressure. I put pressure on you. No matter what I'm doing, I'm pressure. Coach Pressure. So I go back and I say, well, don't talk about somebody's daughter. That's somebody's child. If you don't like what they're doing, come see me. I'm mama. Because I tell them, don't act out. Because people are cruel. The world is good because God made the world. But people are cruel, right? They might be glad I ain't have social media when I was coming up. I might have a case. Just to be honest. But it's a cruel world. And we just left May, and I'm touching a lot of areas because my time is short. We just left May, and it's mental health. And mental health is real. Did I tell you that? You need to hear it. Mental health is real. And if you hear or you see something, say something. You have to speak up. Do not be embarrassed. It's not shameful. Shamika Holclaw just got on national television and thanked Sandy Brundella for looking out for her. Shamika Holclaw came after me. I was the first at University of Tennessee, but she was a great player, and she publicly told Sandy, thank you, when I cried out that I needed help. And she said it. I needed to go see a psychiatrist. And the league said I wasn't going to pay for it. Sandy said I will pay for it out my own pocket. Shamika was like, no. I have money. But it was the point that the coach recognized that she needed help because she cared. And in order to make this world a better place, because Chester know him and I go way back, Mike, and a lot of people, I've been knowing, y'all hear I say Mike, I'm just as country as it get back. But Mike Woods, ever since I was at Georgia State back in 2007, they know the struggle, and it's real. But when you can support each other, no matter that he's at Alabama now and I'm at FAMU, we can compete together, but we still can get off the court and still have a good time. And ladies, we're born with a jealousy spirit. I tell my team, it's a sisterhood. Why are you jealous of your sister? One team, one goal, one mind. One team, one goal, one mind. I tell my ladies, you might not go pro in basketball, but you're going pro in something. So when you look to your left, that's my left, Bridgette, and when you look to the right, that might be the doctor, that might be your nurse practitioner, right? That might be the school teacher that's going to teach your daughter. You don't know who you're entertaining. But then I got a sisterhood that one day when I can pick up the phone and say, hey, can you help me, my sister? Because you know that we're a part of a sisterhood now. And we didn't know it, but we can talk about it like it was just yesterday. Or I can talk to my Lady Vol sister that I might not heard from in a year, but we can still pick up and go, girl, you remember that time Summer had us running in the rain, say, go put on your rain jacket? And I called my mom and she said, Ma, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. She said, what you mean? I said, yeah. The track team came in off the track and it was raining. Somebody told me to go put on my jacket and run in the rain. Can I come home? Click, read your Bible. Coming home not an option. So what I'm telling you parents, like I said, I'm moving around. It's okay if they fail. That's life. Just be there to pick them up. I'm gonna tell you, I missed a lot of baskets. But I got back up. I made some bad calls the 4 years now that I've been a head coach. I ain't finna quit. I'm right back in the game. Sorry, San Antonio Spurs fan. Y'all was up last night. Thought y'all was just finna cruise. But it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So you got out to a good start, but you didn't know how to close. I'm sorry. But let me just rewind. Young people are going to make mistakes, and it's okay for them to fail. You just got to be there to pick them back up and be the guidance to tell them and put them back up on that right track and tell them to keep going. That it's okay. Because sometimes y'all bring them to us and think that we just supposed to be their hero, which we are. I'm their heroes, I'm their mom, I'm all that to them. But I do allow them to fail and let them know that, baby, tough love is real love. Because somebody that's not telling you and just blowing smoke up your behind, they don't care about you. And when I stop calling your name, you better run. That's when you better call mama, daddy, 911, 411, whoever. Mary J, Baby, I don't know. But when I stop talking to you, I'm done. I'm done. But if I can leave anything with you guys, it's hard. It get lonely sometimes at the top, right? It's just like the space shuttle going in space. Every level you go, something comes off because it's a reason. Everybody can't go where you going. God will tell you that everybody on your ship ain't for you. You got to realize people come in your life for a season, for a reason. Sharing is caring. I give you the shirt off my back. But if you just look at yourself and say, am I doing everything that I can do to help somebody else? Because I'm good. I realized that once I got to a certain place in my life that I was good, I helped people. The young gentleman that I have, that's my godson, just showed up on my door one day, and he ain't left since. And he know that he run the household. But I'm there. I'm whatever, and nobody better not touch him. Because it was a reason why I was where I was at and he came. He don't understand. He doing more for me than I'm doing for him. As a single, no parent, no children. So he's helping me. He's keeping me. I know all the ladies dance with my team. I come in there and know the beat. I be like, you ain't heard that new song from T.I.? What you waiting on? They looking at me like, how you know? But you have to keep it relevant. And you got to be willing to change and go outside your box and your comfort zone. Like I say, y'all don't have to bring me back because I can tell you some stories that I didn't went through. Like, I speak Italian fluently. I was in Italy for 10 years. Y'all hear the accent now that come out. Y'all don't hear the country part. I know how to walk in a room and demand respect as I walk. I don't put my head down no matter who's at the table. I can go back to the hood where I was growing up at and don't forget who was on that corner and who was on that corner and still shake your hand. Chameleon. I can just blend in, have fun wherever I go. And that's what we all got to realize, that at the end of the day, we all need each other. You cannot do it alone. Somebody help me. We didn't have cell phones, but I bet I knew when that light come on and mom came out that door, Bridgette, you better come running. The world gonna keep on evolving, and it'll leave you behind. So you're either gonna get on board or you're gonna get left behind. If you can help somebody, help them. Don't talk about them. Help them. Give them a helping hand. Give them a helping hand. I came up here today with no nails on and nothing. I try to prove to people it doesn't matter what it looked like on the outside. It's what's on the inside. My smallest player is about this tall, and she is the fan favorite. Because guess what? She done battled all her life because she was in that side. I will go to war with her any day of the week because of her heart. Now, I ain't say nothing about no talent, ladies. Y'all listen to what Coach said. It's not about the talent. Oh, Coach can develop with the best of the best. Believe that. And not just on the court, but off the court. Because when you leave my program, you're going to be ready for the world. Oh, did I just tell my age? Y'all know that song, Ready for the World? You're going to be ready for the world. So I'm going to get up here on the panel. So if you want to ask me some questions, you can. Because the girls usually like to say, ooh, Coach, I like that outfit. Or how much that purse cost? It wasn't about that. It's not about that. I shop at Goodwill. I'm not too proud. I don't make, clothes don't make me. I make clothes. You can have on Gucci that costs $1,500. I can get some from, I can tell you, Walmart can look better than you. So it's not about that. And we need to stop telling our children about that. I tell my ladies, quit buying all them Air Forces and Nike. Go invest in Nike. In 3 years, you can go buy you a whole lot of Nikes. And now you got still some more money to have. That's who I am. Because sharing is caring, because somebody had to teach me because my mama didn't know. And that's what my coach did for me. Pat Head Summit. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll cry. Because she taught me so much. She taught me how to invest because my mama didn't know. My mama didn't have no bank account look like and how to, go to Charles and Schwab and invest in this and what was good. But she connected me to the right people. And she used to say, Bridge, and I used to look at her like, yes, Pat. Well, you looking at, everybody remember that 19-inch or that 32-inch console TV, but she saw that whole 100-inch screen where I can go. And she kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So to end the story, she kept on pushing, and the pressure didn't pipe no pipes. It made some diamonds, and I think I'm a good-looking diamond up here. But I want to thank y'all.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. So let me have you sit right up here. Now, this part of the program is really special because we get an opportunity to not only hear more from Coach Gordon, but we have some of the national figures as far as basketball, women's basketball, girls basketball in the building. And I'm gonna thanks, Mike. And I want to bring them up, each one of them. First, he's with All-Star Girls Report. His name is Michael T. White. Please put your hands together for one of the best girls basketball evaluators in America. Our next guest is Court. He's representing Columbus State University. He's assistant basketball coach, Coach Carl Ivey. And last but not least, from the University of Alabama, Chester Nichols. He's an assistant basketball coach. Now, I've had the pleasure of not only interviewing these Coach Gordon and Coach Nichols on my morning show, and I tell you some just brilliant conversations with them. But I had an opportunity to hang out with them this morning, or at least during lunch. And I tell you, I had a lot of fun getting to know these guys. But do we have some other mics? We're gonna get you some microphones here, because. But yeah, these folks, these ordinary folks, but what a privilege it is to have this caliber of talent, this caliber of counsel, this caliber of information in our city at Girls Inc. And I'm so glad that you're here. Give yourselves a hand. A lot of times we don't know what we don't know, but guess what? Those that want to know, they find out. They get educated. And what we've done, and what Mike has done, and no approval, is that they brought in some of the top evaluators of talent, some of the top people in America. You're seeing right here on this panel. Go ahead and take a picture of that. Take a picture of that panel for me. Just take a picture of that group for me. Because I'm going to post it, and I want the world to know that these folks came to Columbus, Georgia. These nationally recognized folks are in Columbus, Georgia, speaking to our parents, our kids, our administrators, our coaches. Shame on you if you're not here. I know this summer, and you might be on the beach, or you might be, some faraway place, but hey, you know what? We're streaming live on Georgia, Alabama, Sports Live right now. Of course, and we welcome those folks in, that audience as well. But the first question that I have, I'll start with you, Coach Nichols. Coach Nichols, as I mentioned, is an assistant basketball coach at the University of Alabama, but he's taught, or at least he's coached in a number of universities over the past couple of decades, and you know what, he deals with these kids and these young ladies that we see on television playing in the SEC now, and of course he's been to some other places. But Coach, what's different today with our student athletes, more importantly, our young ladies, as far as learning the game and being serious about the game than of yesteryear?
That's a good question. First and foremost, with these parents in here, you guys, the impact that you can plant that seed, that I can't put a price tag on that. Having a conversation, mentorship, guidance. When I think about it, I hear it all the time. Kids have changed. No, I don't think kids have changed. I think the things in their lives have changed. I think the same ingredients it took to make a cake 25, 30 years ago is the same thing right now. I hear we talking about Girls Inc., the Girls Club, and I don't want to get too emotional. I lost my mom 2 days ago, and when I say this, and I say this for you young ladies, you only get one mama, you only get one daddy, and again, you guys keep that. Again, don't want to get too biblical, but in Exodus, honor your mother and your father. I was raised by a pack of women, and one of the things that she left me with, and I'm gonna get back to your question, one of the things that she left with me, do what you say you're gonna do. And that's one of those principles you take with you for the rest of your life. Because again, I had the type of mama, she'd knock your teeth out and dare you to swallow them. So my thing, I'm telling you, like, again, keep doing what you're doing. Ladies that's playing right now, don't be a follower, okay? Have your own mind. You might be by yourself, but don't be a follower, all right?
Thank you. Michael T. White, as I mentioned, in his All-Star Girls Report, he evaluates these young ladies, and a lot of these coaches pay for his services. These institutions pay for his services, and of course, he's made a name for himself. He's been with people like Adidas, the shoe manufacturer, and of course, others. But Mike, I want to ask you this question. As you were ranking and evaluating these women, of course, thank you for coming down yesterday working with the camp.
Thank you.
What's the first thing that you look for in order, because these coaches have developed a trust into this guy, and they want his opinion on athletes before they are actually offered. So what's most important to you? Because you're talking to the parents, you're talking to some coaches that might not know, you're talking to some of these athletes that are in this room.
Well, from a standpoint of when you're recruiting, especially two coaches here, I always say when they get on the court, I want to look at warm-ups. I want to know what you're doing in warm-ups. Are you going hard? Are you shooting, taking your shots? You're going through rotation. I'm looking at body language. I'm looking at how they're kind of talking to their teammates. And my trade secret, I'm looking at length. Oh, can she grow 2-3 more inches? How's her handle? How's her shot? I can pretty much kind of do a grade on that level, and then I want to see you 5-on-5. I want to see what you can do on the court. You might only score 2 points. You might do 7 rebounds. Nope, did I lose you there? Nope, sorry. Might get 7 rebounds in a game, only score 2 points. But it was that hustle, a hustle play. Just like how she believes in her point guard. Might not be the biggest, but she's got heart. She's going to be a leader. That's what coaches look for. Today's Division I, it's always been, you had 15 scholarships. The new rules are coming in. You have NIL, might have the 5-on-5. They're shrinking rosters. But that 13th, 14th, 15th, hey, we might not be able to give you NIL, but we'll give you a scholarship. You can earn a paycheck. You can always get better. And that's what the young ladies I saw last night. You just have to keep working. I say attack the moment. When you wake up in the morning, you attack the day. And it's every day. You create a whiteboard. This is what I have to do this week, this month, this year. And you set the path. I'm an 8th grader. This is what I want to be by I'm a senior. Get to a senior, I want to go to college, okay? Now you might have 5 years, okay? Another whiteboard. I've got to stay in college. Everybody's coming after my scholarship or my potential money down the road. And that's what you're going to have to train and teach all the young middle school kids in the next probably year or two with what's going on and the change of recruiting at the Division I and even Division II, Division III level.
Thank you, Mike. Coach Carl Ivey with Columbus State University. I know that you got camps this week and next week, but I want you to talk to the parents out there that, you know, whether your kid is elite or not, if they love basketball, they should be involved in camps. Talk about and tell these folks why.
I mean, honestly, camps provide a space and an opportunity to not only compare yourself to your peers, but to also just learn and develop the fellowship that is the game of basketball. So there's going to be more to the game than just a game. If you're only thinking about points, rebounds, assists, you're not really going to make it to that top level. Honestly, it's going to be more so about relationships. So these opportunities that you have now, young ladies, like to be in a room with a true champion, with a Division I coach, with a Division I prospect coach, like just these different opportunities to learn and meet these people are what you have to be able to take advantage of, and camps provide that opportunity, whether it's at a college campus. I mean, there are different showcase camps you can be a part of. The camps we host at Columbus State locally for you all are another great opportunity that you can definitely maximize.
Thank you. Coach Gordon, terrific speech. I want to really get down as the head coach of FAMU University, and of course, you know, people often, you know, they look at you and they talk about your accomplishments, and again, you know, it's phenomenal that you are here in this community. But when you go out into other communities and you're looking for young ladies to not only play for you, but to represent FAMU, talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I kind of alluded to it. I'm more of a character coach. I pride on my ability to develop, being able to be a champion at every level that I played at. So I look for the camaraderie, the relationships, or the loose balls. Who's diving for the loose balls on the floor? When coach take you out, are you mad? Are you upset? Do you shake your teammate's hand? Are you cheering when they get their opportunity to go in? Are you pouting? Are you sad? Are you happy? At home with mom, are you talking back to mom? Are you in school? Are you a class clown? I look for all those things because those are intangible things that we're looking for. And I want to allude and piggyback off what my great buddy right here and my friend said. It's those things that we're so good to go, because I look at my mom in 91, and I'm blessed to have my mom still. Like you said, you have to give them their flowers while they're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
While they're here, you only get one. And I do remember, you know, like getting knocked down and have to get back up. But the parents, it's us that's changed. Your young ladies and young gentlemen, they will get in line. Like I said, my godson, he didn't come up under my parenting, but he know what to do at my house versus his house. Yeah. And that's just the way that it is. It's not mean. It's not ugly. It's just discipline. And it's the way of life. And it might not feel good, and that's okay. Because like Chester said, go back, it's biblical. Yeah. You know, train the child, right? Everybody know the verse. Right? So that's what's important. You just have to train the child. They might not like it, but at the end of the day, while I do it, and y'all know my FAMU alums, and I'm not talking about the money. I'm not at a P4. I'm not there. I make great money. Yes, I do. But it's not about the money. It's giving back to the cause to help young people understand the ways of life. So be hard on them. Be tough. Because what I've learned in the end, they really want it. Deep down inside, they love that discipline, because they know what discipline, with discipline come winning. With winning come, great opportunity, especially at FAMU with that degree in your hand, walking across that stage with a championship ring and a degree. Boy, we balling. That's 6 figures right there.
Great job, great job. That was round one. We're going to ask everybody, all the panelists, guests, one more question. Coach Nichols, as one of the best recruiters in America,
Okay.
I'd like to ask, and I'd like for you to share with the audience, how important is social media when you're evaluating and when you're recruiting a young student athlete? How they promote themselves, what they post, how they interact among each other.
Let me just keep it real. That's the quickest way to get you off my list right there. Because again, we are investing $250,000 over that 5-year period. And if that's how you're going to represent us without giving it any thought, again, why should we invest in you? And then we flip it with our kids, and then we try to make it a life lesson. Someone give you $250,000. What are you evaluating? What are you looking for? What are you looking at? And the thing is, and Bridgette talks about character. That reveals your character if you're going to put some of the stuff that you put on social media. Because again, we're in an age where people want likes. Who cares? I mean, half of the people that's doing the likes, they could care less about you. They'd rather watch you fail. And you think about social media, everybody's going to put their best foot forward anyway. Again, you're not going to put your trials and tribulations on social media. So again, I especially young ladies, please be mindful of what you put on social media, and not just for basketball or that scholarship. Again, that's going to be your background check. And a lot of times, they don't have to do the background check. They can go to your social media, and you'll eliminate yourself.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Mike T, in your travels around America, in and out of these gymnasiums, in and out of these communities, if the kid acts out, and obviously in the gymnasiums that you go in to watch them as you're recruiting, and you see the parents raising hell in the stands and cursing and talking hard to the coach, what kind of impact does that have on your grading process as far as evaluating a kid?
Well, first of all, I've had some of them parents at my events. You know, I kind of shrug it off a little bit. You know, I was an athlete myself, so I could get a little riled up a little bit. That's going to happen. You know, you love your kid, you know, you're going to go 110. Sorry, that's how it is. I kind of look at the kid. You know, I don't judge the parent. I'm judging the kid. Now, does the parent come with the kid when they have to go to college? That's not my decision. That's going to be her decision. But I don't really penalize kids. They know I've worked with I've worked with a lot of kids. I was probably the first real scouting service to go in the inner city. And when I say inner city, we're talking Compton, we're talking Cabrini Greens, we're talking New York City. Those whole claws, I put those next round of those girls on the map. And so I say, as parents, go support the kid, cheer them on. You know, if there's any issues, I always say, they know I've had, you know, issues with the AAU coaches, with the parents. I usually say, Coach, let's do this. Let's don't go in the gym. Let's go out that door. We'll talk outside. Let's keep it quiet. That's between us. Let's don't embarrass the kid, you know. So I say that's a big proponent in, you know, the next several years with your kids. Be there to support something, you know. If you have an issue, you know, you go out like grown-ups and you talk outside, you know, or private room. So that's how I handle things. But, you know, not everybody's going to do that. So.
Thank you so very much. I want the final question for Coach Ivey. Coach, you're a young coach, but and of course, as it pertains to the panel on the stage, how important is it for you in your network to surround yourselves and for forums and panels like this for young coaches to be a part of it, to want to grow and learn, especially those that say they want to be successful, those that say they want to be successful, and those that say they want to go to the next level?
I would say for myself, it really started with my playing days. So my story at Columbia State, I was a walk-on. I'm that 13, 14 roster spot guy, not really truly bought into everything going on, not really truly accepted by everybody on the team. But ultimately, by my senior year, I was able to break the lineup, and now I'm hitting big-time shots. I'm the one that's being celebrated. I'm the one on the news. I get the post-game interview. And so from that, I really was able to just take the saying from Robert Moore, you got to love the grind. Like, building your network, that is the grind. Pursuing a better version of yourself every day, that is the grind. And so ultimately for myself, just like I said to my earlier question, like these relationships, this opportunity to connect with Bridgette, with Coach Chester, with Coach Mike, I may be on the men's side, but this network is still gonna benefit me in some way, whether it's the game of basketball, whether it's the sisterhood, the brotherhood, it doesn't matter. It's up to me what I make out of it, and ultimately just making sure I can take the maximum advantage I can of this moment.
Thank you very much. Give them a nice round of applause. My final question, Mike, come on out. Come on out, Mike, because these are your friends. These are your associates. This is your network. And for those of you who don't know Mike Woods has been around, and I've been knowing him since the very beginning when he first started doing his thing. But, you know, everybody doesn't play with a full deck. Everybody doesn't have all the resources that they need to have. But one thing that you can control is how you treat and meet other people. Mike might not have had the best facilities or the best talent, but he has enough wherewithal to introduce himself to people like this and form a network and talk them into coming to our hometown of Columbus, Georgia. Mike, just talk to us just a few minutes about how important it is and what was your mindset as you developed your relationship. You know you didn't have the big flashy gyms, you didn't have the weight rooms, you didn't have the budgets, you didn't have the money to pay all these fees to go to camps, but you kept enduring. You stayed at it, and you made some wonderful friends, and of course you're still developing in these young student athletes today.
Well, DJ, I first want to say this. I was a pretty good athlete. I was a 4-year star in high school. I was the best middle school basketball player coming out. So I want to get that straight because I know the girls back there they'll hold me too. I just had to say that. I don't want to brag on myself, but I played a little bit basketball. Guys, listen, this is 20-something years of relationship. This guy, like you said, his mom passed 2 days ago. And Bridgette called me because they've been friends longer than I. And she was worried about whether or not he was gonna make it. And I said, well, I just talked to him yesterday. I know his mom passed because I saw it on social media. But he didn't say anything about it. I said, Bridgette, I'll call him. I called him to check on him, just to tell him I love him. Because when my mom passed away some years back, he was the first guy that called every coach that we were connected with and let them know that my mom had passed away. When my dad passed away some months ago, he was the same person that did that same thing. And when I called him to say, man, it's okay, you ain't gotta come this way. He said, I'm halfway there. I said, listen, my mama wouldn't allow me to. He said his mama wouldn't have allowed him, and we come from the same cut. Ocala. We had a great day today. But just to answer DJ's question, man, I give all praises to God for all the things that He allowed me to do. Hey, my mentor, I keep saying, y'all, if it wasn't for that guy, when they kicked me out and said you ain't gonna practice nowhere in the gym, that guy right there, stand up, Coach McKee gave me a place to practice. And all he wanted was a piece of paper for my kids. This lady right here, Miss Val Bars, she was working at Girls Inc. and sometimes in practice, she would come in and give them these Six Flags tickets. And she can tell them, man, we want to practice. She over there got them some African fans and talking about some Six Flags. And they want to get mad at me and ask me for Six Flags tickets. These are people that played a major role in what I do. Mike White, I've been doing Mike White for a long time. And y'all, just when I called them and asked them, I couldn't afford them. I can't afford for the time that it's taken away from Bridgette. We sitting in the downtown eating today, and Bridgette and Mike, Bridgette still need a post player. She need to be somewhere recruiting another post player. She missed out on one coming here.
But that's how close of friends we've been. So DJ, again, you know me, I'm so proud. And listen, my two, stand up. I know y'all on the head, look at them, they shaking their head, y'all. Stand up, them two right there, back there. They raise their hands. Those are my two oldest. The shortest one is the head coach at Northside High School. She played at FAMU. And she's one of those kids that went through what Bridgette talked about. Being small, nobody gave her a chance. And she proved the point that she was gonna go and play college basketball. She played 2 years at FAMU. Oh, jeez, them rappers, look at them. They ready to say something. Look at them. My oldest son, Michael Woods Jr., he's her assistant coach. He's teaching. My daughter, Sierra Woods, she's not here. She's in the education, she's teaching. She walked across the stage, 8.5 months pregnant, and got her master's degree from the University of the Georgia Bullpups. I mean, the Georgia Bullpups.
All right now.
But hey, that's how proud I am of her. And then my baby boy, Kimyon Woods, he's the AD, and all these kids have done amazing jobs. All of them at least working on their specialty degrees, and they're doing great. So DJ, man, you know, I'm so proud and thankful for the opportunity. You, like today, I know you lit up with the conversation we had with people. You talking about a white guy. You had heard the story that Mike White told us today about the gunshots in the places that he went to go recruit kids to start his program out. But again, man, these are people that it was not even a question. They came because we needed this here in Columbus, Georgia. And I hope that when we got a few minutes, I want you guys to ask questions.
Yes.
I want you guys, y'all athletes, y'all parents, who have all the questions in the world. Don't allow these people to leave Columbus, Georgia tonight and y'all not ask questions. Because you are being led by some of the untruthful stuff that is going on in this city. And I'm just being real with you.
Keep it real.
Get it straight. Hear it from these coaches. Ask the tough questions. And they're here to answer those questions. So again, we're gonna get ready, DJ, to turn it over. I'm gonna let you do whatever you gotta do. I hope I did what I needed to do.
You did exactly what you wanted to do. Matter of fact, you did the opening and the closing, and you told them your story. But I want to give everybody 30 seconds or less to share, if you want, how these folks can reach out to you on social media, or if you got a phone number, email address, however you want to be contacted or can be contacted.
Yes, you can follow me on my website, asgrbasketball.com. I'm on social. I use X and IG. I only respond on IG with direct message. You don't want to get hacked on X, okay? They'll take your account away. But anyway, feel free, ASGR Basketball, that's X, that's IG. I'll probably be following some of these players, put something out. Mike Woods can always reach me 24/7. He has my private cell number. If he always asks to promote a kid, do anything. My previous partners for 25 years, they used to attend his events and cover this. This is my first time. My background is more entrepreneur, product brand, building relationships, shoe companies. Y'all been to these new convention centers with all the courts? I was the first one to start that. They'll tell you. Everybody copied what I did. So any questions, feel free. ASGR Basketball.
I'm very simple. For myself, I use Twitter a ton. It's at Carl Ivey, KarlIvey. Other than that, if you do need my number, please reach out to Coach Mike Woods, and we can definitely connect further.
I give out my number because I'm here to help. It's my cell, it's my working number. The school furnished it for me, and that's what I'm supposed to do my job. My number is 850. Ladies, I hope y'all writing it down. 850-567-5913. Once again, it's 850-567. Chester don't want y'all to hear me up here.
Oh, see that?
850-567-5913. And I'm on all social media. For us older heads, we like Facebook. So I'm Bridgette Gordon. Bridgette, Gordon, Gordon. And for you newbies, I'm on X and I'm on IG, and I am Coach_Big Pressure. So it's Coach, all lowercase, _Big Pressure. Because you remember the theme, pressure make diamonds, it don't burst pipes.
All right.
Look at that. I'll take it a step further. At least my mic worked, I think. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. Hey, I'll give you my cell number as well. It's area code 618-203-0625. And I'll even take it a step further, ladies, and your parents. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Area code 618-203-0625. I'll extend this with the young ladies and the parents. Anytime you guys are in Tuscaloosa and you guys want to come watch a women's basketball game, give me 48 hours in advance and we'll make sure we got your tickets. And let me make sure I don't have any confusion. Not football. Not football. I can get you women's basketball. But as far as social media, it's Chester Nichols on my Facebook, IG, Coach Nichols 1. And again, that's Coach Nichols, number 1. That's my IG, and then X is Chester_Nichols.
Mike,
we got a question?
Yeah, we got a question right here.
As a parent of 4 athletes, I am just wondering what is the best way to prepare them for it. I have an upcoming 11th grader. She plays varsity. So I'm wondering what is the best way to prepare her for recruitment and film?
That's a great question. I hope you're in the area and the young lady, your daughter, plays with the AAU team, or if not, with her high school team, because that is something that is so important that they should be speaking to her about. And those are the conversations that I have. Now, we just had a period that June the 1st was the first time that we can contact Rising Junior, so that would be your daughter, class of 2028. So my first official call is to let them know. If you need any help, I will help you with the rules and regulations, because there is a separation between NCAA, junior college, high school, middle school, parents, and these events. Mike used to do a great job of that. He would have a session where all the participants had to go in and understand and learn the NCAA rules, and he would have a spokesperson come in and speak about that. The game is gone away. It's all about money making. So just like you can be scammed, I call it scam, scheme, or scone, you gotta be careful, right? As a parent, that's why when I told you when I stood up, when I call a young lady, I want her parents on the phone so they know exactly who I am and why I'm calling. So you can be a part of that recruitment also. So if coaches is not doing that, you probably need to hang up the phone, because we're from old school, where my word is my bond. And I also tell them, I'm gonna take it a little bit further. I recruit you, you don't come to me, guess what, baby? You still have a relationship with me, because we done made conversation. I'm not just gonna let that relationship pass. I'm not gonna break any rule, but I'm still gonna be there for you if you ever need me within the rules. But you need to make sure, and I'm here, Chester's here, and we'll love to help you out with that if you need that.
DJ, I'm gonna go now, the end of that. I hear the stress in your voice, Mama. Mm-hmm. I hear it, and here's what I'll tell you right here. This is for all of you parents, the players as well. I think you ask process-based questions. There's a book, it's called The Little Book of Talent, and I'm Daniel Coyle. I strongly urge you guys to get that. It's a book, $9.99, but I think it's worth every penny of it. I've probably read it upward to 100 times. They ask 3 questions in that book, and these 3 questions you need to ask every day. The first question, what am I doing well? I'm not talking about basketball. It can be life, it can be school. The first question you need to ask yourself, what are you doing well? Because sometimes we focus so much on the negative, we can't even see what we are doing well. And hear me good, because I feel your pain right now. My son just graduated from UCF about 3 weeks ago. and he graduated high school during COVID. I felt like Cliff Huxtable trying to get Theo out of there. Okay? You any Cosby Show fans? Yeah. So we understand that. The second question that you want to ask after what are you doing well, what do I need to work on? What do I need to work on? And again, that kind of shifts the mindset a little bit. And again, once we get past what we need to work on, the final question, how are we going to fix it?
Yep.
How are we going to fix it? And again, that's how that process needs to go, because now they don't feel like they're getting that pressure. They come home, how many points you have? How many rebounds you got? No, start with what did you do well? Again, what do you need to work on, and then how am I going to fix it?
Go ahead. Yeah, Elliot Patrick, fam, you call him Eli Patrick. But this question is also for the parents, and it's related. And this is for the two college coaches. How can parents get their daughters recognized by the coaches? Is it AAU? Is it performing, for their team in a tournament? But what is the best way for them to get their daughters identified on your radar to get a scholarship?
And it's just like what Chester said. You have to invest in yourself, first of all. So the parents got to invest in their own children. Sometimes if you feel like you watching yourself, because I can take this question a little bit further. Chester and I'm sure Coach, we do not like the portal where it's at. It's an unfair advantage. It's similar to what the W and the NBA is. All my friends, we can go jump in the portal year after year and go play for another school. But really, where you getting your degree from, because that's what matters most. So you have to educate and invest in yourself, first of all. And then you need to get on not just an AAU team, because we were talking about back in the day, and ladies, it's back in the day, I'm 59, back in the day. We're talking 20, 30 years ago. We had to make the team. My mom, first of all, couldn't afford to pay for me to be on the team. So you had to make the AAU team. So now you got AAU everywhere, right? So you have to do your work and invest in your daughter or your sons and make sure you're putting them in the right product, in the right team, with the right coach to have their best interests at heart. And once again, the key word, what we say. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And I tell my ladies and I tell everybody, once you start learning, you might as well leave and not exist on the earth. You're never too old to keep learning and evolving. So invest in your own product. Sometimes you might have to do your own work. Take your ladies, take your sons to them college campuses if you can. If you can't, get them a ride. See if the high schools or the middle schools are doing college tours. Hey, all you got to do is call me, because people say, hey, you got an athlete on campus. I'm going to break that college tour. I'm going to let you ain't going to see no dorm. You coming to see the gym. So get the word out. You have to invest in your own self first. And that's how I'll say, and I know Chester can elaborate, we all can, but I'm just saying, you have to invest in you. You have to invest in you, and you have to invest in them, because I'm telling you, the game, I'm a pioneer. I don't know if you hear how passionate I talked about it, because I used to run some miles in the rain as a trailblazer in the foundation, and I'm so happy for the CBA that's in the W, because all that does is trickle down now. There is money to be made in America. Your daughters don't have to take that sacrifice and go thousands and thousands of miles away like I had to do. So take advantage of the platform that they're on. It's called Invest in Yourself.
And just to give her a hand, yeah. And just to piggyback on what she just said right here, the other thing I want you to leave with, fit really matters. Fit really matters. And sometimes we get so consumed on the logo, what's on the front of our shirt. Nobody in here has heard of Greenville College, right? Nobody. You guys look confused. Anybody heard of Greenville College, Greenville, Illinois? Well, we got one. But my point is I graduated from Greenville College, and nobody knows where it's at. But I think I've made a pretty good career. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, there's countless stories of people in the NBA, NFL, WNBA They didn't play at the quote-unquote blue bloods, but they took advantage of it. They made the most of the opportunity. And when I say fit matters, find out style of play, what type of coach you want to play for. I can go down the laundry list of it, but it has to fit. And if it doesn't fit, you can be the right place in the wrong situation. Okay? You can be the right kid in the wrong situation, or vice versa. So just be mindful of fit matters.
Okay, I got a question, coaches. And being a former athlete, I think this should be addressed because I would like to know personally, because I played years ago with Bridgette. I think me and DJ, we might have did the color guard when Bridgette was coming through. If she was with the
No, when we called the game, the SEC, no.
SEC tournament.
The tournament came to Columbus in 1997. Loretta and I did the broadcast, and we talked about
I graduated in '89. Yeah, we was in Albany at the time with the SEC tournament.
Well, listen, I'm asking this for, I guess I would speak on behalf of all the parents out here, male or female. How bad has the NIL hurt the recruitment of athletes and the commitment when you recruiting these athletes for 4 years and then they get to your university and they get an attitude like you said, Bridgette, and they want to jump ship to the next coach that says, oh, I'm going to play you, you're going to start, and we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. How bad has that hurt the college industry for female basketball and basketball in general?
I'm going to let Chester speak on it first because he's at the Power Four and that NIL, and we have to be educated to know what the difference in the NIL, and then that's when you're talking about the social media part, because that's when your name, image, and likeness, because I'm going to get upset because Tennessee owed me some money. Because see, they still making revenue off my jersey, my name, my image, and my likeness. So I get a little upset. I need some restitution payback to me, as they call it, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to let Tyler, I'm gonna let you, I'm being funny with y'all, but I'm gonna let Coach speak on it because the NIL affects them more than the new thing that's on the line now. It's called rev share. That's revenue share that the schools now can pay athletes.
So with NIL, there's layers to it. In those layers, first of all, there's a difference between the NIL and collective / rev share. 85% of those, they are not getting quote unquote the NIL like you think you read. Mm-hmm. So let's just understand that first and foremost. I don't want to get too technical, but here's the deal. There's a difference between getting paid and being bought. Let me let that marinate. There's a difference between getting paid and being bought. When you are performing, you are getting paid. That's the Caitlin Clarks, that's the Juju Watkins, that's the true NIL. And then you got the other. Okay? I don't know if I'm answering your question or not because, we talk about this and, being the right kid in the wrong situation, we're not putting that stuff in the contract, and then you got these kids leaving because every state has their own rules. This is not governed by the NCAA. Right. So there's so many layers to that because then now you start talking about taxing the kids. You're almost like the collective bargaining. Correct me if I'm wrong on how they did that. When I say there's layers to that, there's layers that I'm 28 years in the business. I don't understand. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. But here's the deal: as you're ladies, if you don't perform, and when I say perform, pass, dribble, shoot, make a play. Okay? If you are not a student of the game, and Mike White is evaluating you, we're not just watching you with the ball, we're watching you without the ball. You understand what I mean? Coach, I don't know if I answered your question because this thing, I was at the mid-major for 7 years. I come back to the Power 5. I feel like I'm in my first year coaching.
Foreigner.
Last two questions.
Coaches look for at youth camps, and how can we stand out?
Should let them answer that, but I'll take that question. As I was explaining to the young ladies last night, when you go to these camps, you know, you got to do the small things. Two things. You will always have a job. Middle school basketball, AAU basketball, high school, and if you're lucky enough to get NIL in the future, lucky to even just get a scholarship. And I tell people, the scholarship is worth, if you don't get any money, you're still getting dorm, you're getting food, you're getting an education that could cost $200,000 that will lead to possibly a 40-year career degree in earnings. But if you can dribble the basketball, you will play. If you can make a layup, if you can attack the rim, if you will play D, if you develop your jump shot. And I talked to them today, lunch, last night, you know, skill set, it's ever evolving. Are there 4,440 trainers today? Yes. Cones don't teach the game. You have to play live basketball. I don't care if it's here in the gym, if it's in the park, if it's at your high school, if it's your AAU team loading up and going to play down the street. You have to play against live competition. If you can't get that, you do a little bit of 3-on-3. 3-on-3 sharpens your skill set. That's where you'll learn the small things. PNR, pick and roll. That is a big thing now. Bridgette will, back in the day, you didn't want no PNR. You know, that was all the guys, that was NBA. Well, guess what? That's all the WNBA, pick and roll. Can you shoot the basketball? Yep. If you're open, you take the shot. It's the same thing in college. Alabama is not going to recruit you if you can't shoot the basketball. The coaches on that staff, one of them worked for me, got her in the business. I know what she looks for. Same thing with Chester. He's going to look for that hard-nosed, tough player that's going to do the small things. But after practice, are you going to get in the gym and do the small things? This is a true story. This goes back to when Kobe Bryant got drafted. I worked for Adidas. This was before NBA Summer League. They used to bring in 3 or 4 teams. This was Minnesota Timberwolves. Brought in 4 teams. I had to go, flew into Chicago, rented a car. My boss said, okay, you got to go watch, be there for Kobe for the 2 days. I said, okay. He shot 2 for 36. I was like, oh, okay. Gonna go back to the hotel room, watch tomorrow. Minnesota Timberwolves just built this amazing arena, had this gym, never seen anything like it, had a health club, had this gym. I'm walking out, Kobe's walking out. Hey, Mike, can you come into the gym? I want to put up a couple of shots before I go back to the hotel. 14 hours later, I left that gym with him. True story. That's dedication. He said, I am going to be great. I am taking 1,500 to 2,000 shots. And that was makes, by the way. That wasn't misses. It was makes. That's why we were there 14 hours. So that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put in the time. They have to put in the time. It's not what they do on their time. It's what they do on their time. Juju Watkins, I live out part-time in LA. I watched her train with LeBron James. I saw her change her body. It's what you eat. It's how you work out. I mean, I read bodies, okay? Me and Bridgette talk about this. There's certain things. I can read a body, and I can say, okay, well, she can do this. Oh, I don't worry about, what size you are, how big. Okay, we can change all that up. They got nutrition now. They got sports training. Everything can be developed. Everything. Mind, mental health, your body, sleep. Sleep is the most important thing. Middle school kids, I always played them at 8 a.m. in the morning because I knew they go to bed early at the tournament. And Bridgette will tell you, Chester, I'd have 80, 100 coaches watching 7th, 8th graders at 8 a.m. in the morning, And they went, why do you play the young kids so early? I go, because, hey, you know what? I'm keeping the older kids late because they're playing the last session of the game. These coaches are going to stay here all day. And they knew I'd keep them in the gym 18 hours. But that's how you find talent. Yeah. Mike Woods, you know, he sought me out. He said, hey, I got this program, you know, out here in Columbus. You know, I used to sponsor one of the big gentlemen back in the day. I mean, God bless her soul, Tasha Butts, came through my events, put her on the map, played in my All-American game with Diana Taurasi, Elena Beard, Ashley Robinson, you know, you name it. Those kids, they worked hard. And you know what? They didn't go to 50,000 AAU tournaments. They played in 4 or 5 tournaments, if that. They did camps when camps meant something. Today, it has become private equity. We're going to a lot of these events. So you have to pick the right camps to go to. I know people say, oh, I don't want to go to Division I camp. You know what? You go to those camps to learn. Tara Vanderveer told me once, Mike, you've already put 10,000 hours in this. This is why I can respect you. If your kids are in middle school, by the time they get to a senior, they'll have 10,000 hours. If they're not playing at some kind of college level, that's because they didn't put 10,000 hours of work in. And it's not that hard. You just, like I said, create the whiteboard, and everything will be success.
Thank you so much.
One question, last question, real quick. One parent.
No, that's God telling you we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I know. How does the transfer portal impact the high school kids?
You want me to answer? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely start. So obviously there's a new slate of NCAA legislation coming out with some different rules and regulations, hopefully to handle NIL as well as eligibility. But what I will say is, for myself at the Division II level, we still recruit high school. And so I would say it hasn't impacted myself or Division II programs, which are still going to be a ton of your private schools and truly quality education opportunities. But definitely for these coaches over here, I'm sure it changes their results.
It probably changes Chester a little bit more than me. I still recruit high school freshmen. I brought in 4 last year. I signed 2 this year. And that's just because I have the ability to see the eye and I see the potential and I can develop it. Where I might not have that rev share to pay them. So I'm going to put those hours and invest in them. So that's why it's always great to get that great fit. But it still does trickle down because I also did sign 6 young ladies out of the portal. And because you need that experience. I can't have a whole team full of freshmen with expectations from, you see that table right there, the Rattlers, they want me to win, and they want me to win now and not later. So you have to still have a mixed aroundness about you. But I still do recruit freshmen. I just can't recruit a whole team of them. All 6 of my scholarship cannot go to freshmen, so it's hurting the development of our freshmen. And like we said, we have a new rule that's under, I just voted on today, the WBCA. We took a survey and it's 5 for 5. 5 years to play, 5 years. And it starts once your young lady or young gentleman turn 19. So the clock starts still, if he in high school or she in high school, the clock starts. There's no more red shirts, there'll be no more waivers. Of course, there'll be exception, pregnancy, military, but they get 5 for 5. So that still will also hurt your freshmen coming from your seniors to be a freshman because their clock starts right away. So they might lose a year. You don't know. So it is affecting our young people, and that's why Chester alluded to, you must do your homework You gotta know. That was one of the things that I told every young lady, because when I say I'm tough, I'm tough. Not demeaning, not cussing, not fussing, because Pat Summitt never had to cuss me. She just gave me the stare, and I give them the same stare. And I don't have to cuss them, but there's an expectation, right? Because if I say get in the corner, I mean in the corner. I ain't say get on the three-point line, I said the corner. The corner is the corner. That's the detail and that's the inches of the game. And there's a reason why you need to be in the corner versus on the three-point line, because now your defense got to come further to help. I can get my shot off, I'm gonna get you a shot. So I'm teaching the details and the inches of the game. So you got to understand that's where I'm at. And that's what it's about.
Yep. Gosh. It's tough because when you have to bring a 17, 18-year-old kid and throw them in the fire against somebody 23, 24, even a few years ago, we had people at 25 years old playing. And to give you a quick snapshot, visualize your 7th or 8th grader trying to compete with a high school senior. It's no different. You understand what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'll give you an example. When I am watching a high school player, they can check off all the boxes. But if I'm watching them in a game, and for 32 minutes all I see is this, I don't want to see palms up. When I'm evaluating, I want to see palms down, like, hey, calm down, we got this. But the more I see this right here, you judge people on consistent behavior, not by what they say, but what they do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Mike Woods. Also, give it up for our panelists.
Thank you.
Now, when you leave here, I know we're streaming on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and a lot of folks all over the country, all over the state, all everywhere is watching. But when you leave here, take it back to your neighborhood, take it back to your communities, and share the good news about what you heard tonight and who you heard it from, and who was responsible for bringing it to you. Mike, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna pretty much let everybody know that we appreciate them, and God bless you, and good night.
We had so many great speakers, and I'm here with Mike Woods, sports director of Girls Inc. Mike, quite the turnout, great food, and we had some great speakers, and it was just another successful event here at Girls Inc.
Exactly, man. We that's what we wanted. We wanted people to come. We had to put more chairs out on the floor because more people showed up than I thought was going to show up. But we that's what we wanted. We wanted to get the message out. And you know what? If you weren't here tonight, you got a chance to go back to Georgia Alabama Sports and you can look at it all over again, or you can tell somebody where it was streamed at, man. But it was a great event.
Absolutely, and a fantastic message by Bridgette Gordon, who is a national champion, a gold medal Olympian. And I learned something today about Miss Gordon, that she was drafted by the Sacramento Monarchs. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool because I used to live in Sacramento, and we joked around about that. That was a lot of fun. But her message was powerful. You also had the assistant Alabama coach for the women's team there, Chester Nichols, and then we had a scout. I mean, we had Carl Ivey Jr., assistant coach for Columbus State. DJ Jones did a great job emceeing. Just talk about what it means just to have another event like this and for the community to come out and really pack this place. Every seat at the table was full, and they definitely got a good message today as we got a kid walking right in front of us. But that's okay. Kids do that, and we're okay with that. But, yeah, a great event once again.
I want to say thank you to the people that showed up, the people that supported us. Wanda Amos, she couldn't be here, but Wanda Amos supports me and everything that we do in the sports department here at Girls Inc., so she couldn't be here. Appreciate her, all the people. Eric Selden from Harris County, Turner County out. Susan Berridge gave a check. Andy Kirkland. Thank for all those people because, again, I started off wanting to do this event and I was going to charge for it. But we made it free because we wanted to show people that it wasn't about the dollar. It's about the knowledge that we was trying to give and provide for them. And again, man, I'll say this to y'all. These kids don't understand this. Bridgette Gordon almost not played college basketball. She got to the University of Tennessee.
She could play softball.
She was a softball player, but they told her softball ain't the way because there wasn't no money in softball. But at the time, what happened was when she got to Tennessee, she found out that she had the bones of a 45-year-old. Oh. She almost not touched the floor at the University of Tennessee. And then she'll tell that story. But again, people don't understand the sacrifice, and that's what we're trying to get kids to understand, the sacrifice, and parents, the sacrifice you have to go through to make it work.
Yeah, and you also have Mike T. White, also a scout. You talk about an evaluator, talking about just the message that these kids were able to get. And I do want to say something. The food was fantastic.
Thank you, man. We Hart's Chicken did it up like they always do for us, and they always look out for me. Again, man, great event. Love the fact that you guys got to come out. Mike White is the number one. He's a big guy. He's a big dog. He's the one that started it all. All these guys that does evaluating came in behind him or worked for him. So, again, it was a great thing to have him in the gym Wednesday to evaluate our kids. We opened up the gym for everybody, but our kids mostly were the ones here got a chance to evaluate, and he saw some kids that had potential. So, again, thank you guys for coming out as well, man, and we're just proud that this event was successful.
Well, absolutely, Mike. Once again, thanks for allowing us to be here. And here we – okay. I like your shoes, yeah. Like your shoes, yeah. Yeah, I know. All right. Thanks again, Mike. Always a pleasure. Chris Gates, Thrift. Signing off here, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Another successful event, and we'll see you next time.